When asked who is the most influential person in your life, I feel like people already have somebody in mind and somebody always pops up into their mind. And that person for me is Missy Franklin. Missy Franklin has inspired me in so many ways with her heart, her drive, and her positive attitude. When Missy first stepped onto the world stage at the 2012 Olympics, she inspired millions around the world, including me, to become a better swimmer and to be as happy as she is in many aspects. Today, I want to pay tribute to who she is and why she's influential in my life. Missy Franklin is an inspiration to me, and I want to tell you an overview about her life, her accomplishments, and why she inspires me. First, I want to talk to you guys about her early life and an overview of her life. Missy Franklin is one of the most famous swimmers in the world. She was born Melissa Jeanette Franklin, born on May 10, 1995. She's the only child to Dick and D.A. Franklin. According to Swim Swam magazine, her mom was scared of water safety, so she put her in swimming at the age of 5, and Missy loved being in the water. Also, according to the famouspeople.com, Missy grew up in Centennial, Colorado, attending Regis Jesuit High School. During high school, she was able to go to the 2008 Olympic trials, and she was one of the youngest swimmers to be at the trials at that time. And so she didn't make it to the 2008 Olympics, but she left her mark at the trials because more and more people were looking at her and seeing what talent she could bring to the 2012 Olympics. The next thing that I would talk to you guys about is her accolades. Missy has achieved many accolades in her swimming career. In 2010, at the Short Course World Championships in Dubai, she placed second in the 200-meter backstroke according to Swim Swam magazine, and that was one of her breakout performance of her career because she won the Golden Goggle Award for Breakout Performer of the Year, and that pushed her into the world stage and into the public eye. In 2011, she established herself as one of the world's elite in 2011 at the World Championships in Shanghai, also according to Swim Swam magazine. And at that time, when she won the 200-meter backstroke, she posted the third fastest time in the world for in that year. And so that pushed her again, and that showed people what she was made of. In 2012, at the Olympics, she got to be able to compete in the 200 and 100 backstroke in the 200 and 100 freestyle events. And she won 5 medals at the 2012 Olympics, and she was able to have the nickname America's Sweetheart because of her big smile and her ability to have that positive attitude. According to Olympic.org, she was one of the most famous people from the 2012 Olympics, and she was most influential. In 2016 Rio Olympics, she got to attend, but she wasn't in her best shape mentally, but she was in her best shape physically, but the meet did not go her way because she didn't win as many medals and she didn't get to compete in as many events. And so even though the meet didn't go her way, she still put a smile on her face, and that changed her mindset on a lot of things, and that is one of her biggest accomplishments. But the next thing that I would talk to you guys about, the last thing I would talk to you guys about, is how Missy has inspired me and people around the world. Missy has gone through tribulations on the road to success, and yet she still keeps a smile on her face. According to her book, Relentless Spirit, The Unconventional Rising of a Champion, Missy Franklin was at the 2016 Olympics. She didn't get to swim the 200-meter backstroke, which she won gold in at the 2012 Olympics. And so whenever she had to go up on the stands and watch somebody else swim her race, she was very sad, and so she went up to the athlete stands to watch the race, and she wiped her tears away, and she said that she was going to be gracious in defeat and show people that failure can be positive in some aspects. And so she continuously put that smile on her face and cheered on for her teammates, even though she was hurting at the time. According to CNN, Missy Franklin grappled with mental health issues throughout her time between 2016 to now. At the 2016 Olympics, she was in the best shape of her life physically. She was training harder than ever, and she had the best swims of her life. But going up to the Rio Olympics, she was not ready mentally. And she said that since she wasn't mentally ready, she was in a terrible place, and that she was useless in swimming. So there was no point in her swimming. But she continued to push through, and she said that the 8 days in Rio were her greatest achievements because she was able to stay true to herself and keep those disappointments at bay and keep on smiling and bring a positive attitude to her teammates. Even though she was experiencing disappointment at that time, she was able to keep on being a positive aspect in her life and to her teammates, and keep on being that bubbly, cheerful self that she was into the 2012 Olympics. Missy Franklin is one of my most influential people in my life, not just because of her a fantastic swimming career, but because of her drive, her ability to have a positive attitude in her heart about anything. She has been able to relate to so many swimmers because of her journey through mental health, and she has been very open and resourceful to others about her mental health journey, and she has been inspiring to others through that. And even though that she is not swimming anymore, she has continuously inspired other people, even with her swimming back then, and also with her journey to positivity and mental health awareness, and just having that positive mental attitude that really is relatable to so many people around the world today. And that's my presentation. I want to open up the floor to any questions. Yes. That's a great question. They asked me whenever I first saw her, why she inspired me. I would say that she inspired me because at the 2012 Olympics, she was one of the fastest swimmers, but she was also one of the youngest at the time. And so I think that seeing that somebody that young being able to make it to the Olympics also inspired so many girls around the world to be able to push themselves, to be able to be at the Olympics at that age too. And so I think with her being younger and also the same age as most of us, that she has become an icon for all of us because of her ability to go through those obstacles and also to be so young and achieve so much, and that has become an inspiration to others, including me. Thank you for listening to my presentation.